Hello trucking family, this is Kevin with the trucker side. As you well know, our team is always on the trucker side, on your side. We're putting our knowledge out here to help all truck drivers out there, company drivers, owner operators, trucking companies, everybody who wants a piece of this pie. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Share it with other people interested and help us grow this community to help you guys out. We're making this video today to talk about long-term goals and possible career paths as a lease on owner operator or owner operator. So make sure you follow all the way to the end so you can understand all the options that you have and choose the one that works best for you. The first path we're going to be talking about is the one where you stay leased on long-term for the most part of your career, where you build equity in your equipment and try to run your truck to maximize your profits. In this scenario, you want to buy a good used truck. 3 to 5 years old, I would say, is a good sweet spot. Pay it off in 4 to 5 years. I do want to strongly encourage people to not try and pay their truck off too soon, just because if you focus too hard on making additional payments, you're going to fall behind on maintenance. You want to understand that trucking is a roller coaster, and you want to use the money you make smart, because even if you get rid of your truck note but you still have big maintenance problems, then you're going to find yourself in a bind. So make sure to keep that in mind. Balance out maintenance with the payments, because by the time the truck is paid off, you still want it to be in good condition. That is very, very important. If you have it in good condition when it's paid off, you can still use it for another 3 or 4 years, get the best money out of it. And then when you feel like you're getting close to the end of the life of that truck, when you start having major problems, engine, transmission, or stuff like that, you want to get rid of it, get another one, repeat, and keep on going with the same recipe that you've already been doing for 7-8 years. Obviously it's working, so stay on top of that and keep grinding. The goal of this is to maximize your profits and not deal with too many business headaches like you would if you had your own authority. The second path we're going to be talking about is the path where you scale to a small fleet that is leased on to an authority that you don't own. So basically you own the equipment and you work with somebody else that does permits, IFTA, safety, books the loads, and so on and so forth. The recipe for this is obviously you start driving by yourself with one truck, then you buy a second truck, hire a driver, keep both trucks going, eventually hire a second driver to drive the other truck that you have been driving, start doing some operational stuff yourself so you get a better understanding of everything that's going on around you, then proceed to buy a third or a fourth truck. I don't recommend owning over 4 trucks and leasing on somewhere, just because now you have too much of a volume. So if you plan to get bigger, don't consider this path. Consider the path where you open your own authority, which we're going to be talking about next. The third path we're going to be talking about is transitioning to your own authority or your own MC number. In order to do this successfully, you want to lease on for like 2 or 3 years to make sure you have good understanding of the industry. You learn what's going on around you. You build a good savings account, a good startup account for your authority. You build some equity in your equipment. Now, I do want to note over here, there is a major difference when you're talking about equity in trucking equipment or equity somewhere else. The equity you're going to be having in your equipment is the fact that it's running, it's in good condition, and you get to use it. Because I've seen so many cases where you put your truck in very good condition and then you try to sell it. All the repairs you made are not going to be considered in the price. So make sure you understand that when we talk about equity in your truck, that equity is only there for you. You know the repairs you did, you know the condition of the truck, you know that you are confident to still use that truck for years. If you sell it to somebody else and it's a used truck, 400, 500, 600,000 miles, they do not know what's been happening. You can show as much paperwork as you want. It is not going to be considered equity. So make sure you understand the value of that equity and use it accordingly for your needs. In this scenario, you want to use the time leased on to get good understanding and good understanding of the industry and build relations that you're going to need later on. Build relations with brokers, build relations with repair facilities, shops, build relations with insurance agents, fuel card companies, and so on and so forth, so you can make sure that your venture is as smooth as possible when you get things going. You want to save $20,000-$30,000 before you get going, and once you get the ball rolling, you know that even if the market slows down a little bit, you are still covered and you can still pay your monthly expenses and keep the ball rolling. In this case, you'll get to keep 100% of the revenue without sharing a percentage with somebody else, without sharing your profits, because it is a pretty tight industry, make no mistake. And you will have to handle all the business aspects of it: dispatch, safety, accounting, compliance, maintenance, so on and so forth. You're going to be responsible for all of that because it's going to be your company name on the side of the truck, and you're going to be liable for everything that's happening. The goal here is to have full independence, maximize your profits, and maximize your potential for unlimited growth. If you want to grow a fleet of hundreds or thousands of trucks, this is the way to go. You don't want to build that under somebody else's MC number. The fourth option we're going to be talking about is what we call an exit strategy. This is a plan where you buy a truck and you plan to make as much money as possible with it and then leave the industry. Not everybody wants to be on the road for a lifetime. It's not an easy lifestyle for sure. It's hard on you, it's hard on your health, it's hard on your family. There's a lot of challenges when it comes to trucking, but it can definitely be a good option to do it temporarily, make your money out of it, and then proceed to do something else. In that case, you want to get a used truck in decent condition, run as hard as you can, make as much money as you can, take good care of the truck so that the truck takes care of you as well, and pay it off, keep running it, and then at some point when you think you've had enough, sell that truck and go on to another venture. One thing to consider over here and keep in mind, trucking is a roller coaster, so it's going to go up and down. The best moment and the best timing to leave the industry is when the market has been good for a while, when rates have been high for a while, and they're starting to drop. That's when truck prices are going to start dropping. So if you want to use your truck, now is the moment to sell it. Now is the moment when you have been making good money for a while. You want to take that money, sell that truck, get another 10, 15, 20, 30,000 out of it, depending on how much it's worth, and proceed on to your next venture. Either one of these options can be a good one. Just make sure you understand each and every one of them. Make sure you understand the ins and outs so you can choose the one that works best for you. It's the only way you're going to be able to be successful. Make sure you choose the option that works best for you. In order to be successful, you got to have a plan. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So make sure you understand every option, take them into consideration, think about what you want to do, think about where you see yourself in 10 or 15 years from now, and make your choice accordingly. Of course, if you have any questions for us, we're always on the trucker side. Leave us a comment, like the video if you like it, share it to other people that might be interested. We appreciate the support for our community. This is Kevin with the trucker side. Have a good day.